been doing, we'll keep getting what we've been getting.
Awesome. I wanted to quickly share something that keeps coming to my mind, and I continue to go to the Word, is that the Bible says, train up a child the way they should go, and when they get old, they won't depart. And I think that goes back to the environment at home, and parents really sitting down, having honest conversations with their children about really what's going on out there. Then you have an atmosphere, especially when I was growing up, with the music industry, and how some of the female rap artists started coming out being raw and sexual, and then the men out there portraying one way to live. So it's just not, you know, the individual, but what we allow our children to watch, to listen to, is also aiding to what's going on. So it's many different ways that we can prevent, is talking to the people in the music industry, maybe changing some of the words that they're saying, how they portray people, especially how some black men talk about women. They don't respect them as women. They call them, you know, those choice words, right, and hoes and all of that. Right. But we're doing stuff demeaning our own self.
But Rev, going back for a minute, isn't that what women are calling themselves nowadays? Not to say that all of them are. Right. Right? Right. But they'll say, don't call me a bitch, call me Miss Bitch. Right. Aren't they saying these things?
We perpetuate the problem. To your point, one, we're not at the home to have those conversations with our kids.
Well, we are the fathers? Or
fathers and mothers. Okay. Because mothers are taking on 2 jobs to raise 4 baby daddies. Why? Or 4 babies' kids, because the daddies aren't there. So we perpetuate that cycle. So I think sometimes, and to your point, which is very true, you leave kids open to watch whatever they want. We provide them with cable. We provide them with Xbox. We give them cell phones. We were talking about sexting in the green room. They can go on the internet, Craigslist. Somebody can be over at the house. They can text. Somebody will come over to the house. We're not there to watch those behaviors. In our generation, grandma was there. Great-grandma was there. Although, you know, my parents didn't raise me, my grandmother always knew where I was. A lot of times, too, that mom and or dad are out there doing the same behaviors that the kids are. So don't think HIV is a youth issue, because we have senior citizens said that are popping Viagra, Cialis, and Levitra and partying just as hard at Club 69, and we have grandmothers said that are 40 years old, said the 12-year-old is pregnant, great-grandma, younger than 50 now, so the whole dynamic of the black family has changed. So it's talking to the music industry, it's talking to the churches, getting into schools to get proper education, training us to understand that it's not just HIV, but HIV and diabetes, HIV and high blood pressure.
It's wellness.
Right, I can't pop a pill with the 40. But if that's so we have to get back to the root cause of it, and really look at this thing, because you will find that HIV is a mere side effect of what's going on in our churches or schools and in our communities.
And it's a metaphor for life, and that's where the stigma part comes in, because we haven't been having honest conversations for a long time.
Long time.
And it's motivated by greed. The hypocrisy is motivated by greed. And that's why when I go in and speak to youth, one of the first things that I have to do is apologize for my entire generation, because we continue to sell them down the river in order to create new consumers. Reverend Kendal is a young man. He's a young man, and we were having the conversation earlier. You know, he's talking to like a mom and like pops, y'all ain't doing the right thing.
Mr. Smith.
And I absolutely have to accept responsibility for that. But we need to, remember when Mom and them used to say, do as I say, not as I do. But still, they did make some changes in their life in order to be an example. And we have, a lot of our generation has chosen not to do that. And I think it's as a result of not